Hi guys, it's time to talk about Day 3 Maid of Stone Festival 2025. Well, Day 3 was another brilliant day. So I got down the festival late again. Commitments. There were some commitments before the festival. But the band, I really wanted to check out that day. Started at 4:15 in the afternoon. That's These Wicked Rivers. Obviously got the t-shirt as well. On the main stage. Now, for a few years now, the band have tried to play this festival, and just through circumstances, some personal circumstances as well, they just haven't managed to play. They was going to play last year. I was really up for seeing them, and sadly didn't get to play. So I was really excited and really hyped up to see this band. And they did not disappoint whatsoever. I love the look of the band as well. I mean, there's so many beards in this band. The beards are just relentless. The long hair and the beards, it's absolutely amazing. I'm just a bit jealous. So they great set, you know, set the stage brilliantly as well. Of course they've got their Peace, Love and Lampshades tour that they're on at the moment. So they had almost like a front room. He was in a front room with lampshades and all sorts of, it was a brilliant stage setup for the band. They came out and sounded brilliant straight away. Force of Nature off of the new album, obviously. Doing some older songs. Shine On was a great song, but for me, where they really nailed it was one new song, Horse to Water. I'm sure it's called Horse to Water, not released yet. That song was amazing. That's what's to come on the new album, and it was just one of the best songs they've ever written. I loved it. I fell in love with it straight away, and that's great if you can fall in love with a new song that you know, a band that you love at a festival. That proves how good that song was. Real Skinner vibes, Allman Brother vibes, without a doubt. And then they finished with a brilliant Don't Pray For Me, and the crowd were just so into it. It was an amazing show. It really was.
I've been there in between. I've been alone and I've been too old. I've been a slave to the things I've seen. And I've been a creature, I've been a preacher, I've been a liar and a cheat. I've been a preacher, I've been a teacher, I've been whole and incomplete. Don't you pray now, don't you pray for me. Don't judge a man by only what you see.
And you could tell how much it meant to the guys in the band. These Wicked Rivers, for me, were easily the best band on Day 3. Amazing stuff. But it didn't end there. It didn't end there. This was one brilliant day. So I managed to get a VIP pass from Rob Weir from Tigers of Pantang. So he contacted me and said, look mate, I can get you in to watch our first ever acoustic set within the VIP area.
Going out of my mind, it's like I'm living a bad dream. I'm going bad for good, bad for good. I'm going bad for good, bad for good. I'm going bad for good.
Man, that just blows me away. Just think Rob Weir, what a nice guy he is as well, like thinking of me. Amazing. So I got that off of Rob. He sorted that out for me, and let me tell you, they translated brilliant to acoustic. It wasn't quite acoustic. Francesco Mares on a almost like understated lead guitar, electric guitar there, but it was mainly 90% acoustic. And it was such fun to watch the band plough through some of their classics, and some newer stuff as well. They were the stories that were told in between the songs were just heartwarming. John Sykes was mentioned in a few stories. Some real fun had by the band. It was such a fun listen. It made such a great difference, you know, to have that for the whole weekend, to have that little bit of acoustic and the fun that was added, you know, that intimate setting was just amazing.
Wanna see the lights of city, wanna see them shine.
They played Back for Good, which was off the new album, of course, newest album. Then they ran through some classics: Love Don't Stay, Susie Smile, Paris by Air. Vocals, man, I've got to say, vocals, Jacopo, I think that's how you pronounce it, or is it Jacopo? I think that's pronounced it. He smashed the vocals, and well deserved. You know, got a really cool shout out by Rob Weir himself, saying, you know, how well he sang. I think it was on Paris by Air, I'm not sure, but man, just perfection all the way through. And what a great acoustic set. And of course they finished with Love Potion number 9, and the crowd were joining in. It was a great addition to my weekend, and it really gave Sunday a different feel. So thank you to the band, and especially Rob, for sorting it out for me. Then Stone Broken were on at 5:30 on the main stage again. One of their last performances, actually. I think they're doing another set somewhere, and then I think they're going to take a bit of a hiatus. A few personal issues in the band, I believe, but man, they smashed it. They really smashed it. Really cool modern rock. Heavy rock, some heaviness at times. They sounded great. The crowd were right into it again. I was sort of at a little bit of a distance because I was queuing up for something, but they sounded amazing. They really did. So loved Stone Broken set. It was really great. Then at 6 o'clock in the evening, I was queuing for these Wicked Rivers to sit in the signing tent. I managed to get all the signatures, which I was going to bring on this video, but I forgot. So I brought the signatures home, and so cool to see the guys. I was covering their album, obviously, from last year, and it became one of the best albums of the year for me, and I did reactions to their songs. Absolutely loved the band. It was great meeting the band as well. So what a cool bunch of guys. Yeah, really good catching up with them in the signing tent. The next band I wanted to check out was a little bit later, 10 to 8 on the second stage. They were headlining the second stage, and that's the rock band Empyre with a Y. Man, God, really, I haven't heard a lot from this band, only leading up to the festival, and really liked the band. And me and the missus, especially the missus, she really wanted to check this band out. And I've got to say, they were brilliant. They've only brought 2 albums out, but it's really the atmosphere that they actually have, even, you know, live, even more atmosphere. It describes as an intense, atmospheric rock, dark rock band. Definitely agree with that. I love the singer's vocals, Henrik Steinholt. He's got such a deep, sort of almost baritone vocal, so different than, you know, a lot of the vocalists we saw that day, and it was really cool watching those. I mean, man, in the quieter parts, you wouldn't really call them progressive, but, you know, some people would, I suppose. But there's some, they've got a lot of light and shade in their music, and in these quieter parts, you could hear a pin drop. You really could. Everyone was really into it, the crowd. And what I love about this band as well, they're really intelligent songwriting, you know, such amazing songwriting in the band. You know, other bands with this sort of intelligence and their songwriting could maybe be a bit pretentious, you know, the way they are. you know, tall. And not with this band. Not with this band. They had a really good fun with the audience. They were joking about, and it really sort of gave them more of a human sort of feel towards the audience, and it really warmed me to them even more, even though the music did, for sure. Running through some of my favourite tracks, Hit and Run was amazing, Stone, New Republic, but I think the best songs for me has got to be Relentless, which is their title track off the new album. Love that song. And Only Way Out, the ballad. Oh man, they had the crowd in the palm of their hand, they really did. And then we walked over to the main stage, which is Michael Schenker, and doing the UFO years, if you like, all the time he was with Michael Schenker, and of course Eric Grommel, the brilliant Eric Grommel on vocals. And man, I've got to say that I was mainly looking forward to seeing Eric Grommel. Back in the day when I was, you know, a kid growing up, I liked some UFO songs, but I never really got into them for some reason. I wasn't a massive fan. Not that I didn't like them. It's just, you know, I had to pick and choose back then. You know, you didn't have that much money to spend all your money on the album. So I knew quite a few of the songs when I watched them. But I was really going for Eric Grommel because I've followed him obviously since his, you know, Heat, in early days in Heat. But man, I tell you, Michael Schenker just blew me away because there was guitar. There was solo after solo after solo. It was brilliant. Done an amazing job, Michael Schenker, just amazing. There was some real shredding, of course, so much melody in his guitar playing. I absolutely loved every second of it. I don't think Eric Grommel stretched. He wasn't stretched at all, because we know what Eric Grommel can do, and I think that's almost like a respect thing for Michael Schenker. He almost was held back. We know he can like scream to the heavens, and you know, he's an amazing vocalist, but he almost like even physically stood back a lot from, because I've seen, you know, the footage of him with Heat, and he was right there at the front. You know, he's almost like, you know, got like, again, getting the crowd in the palm of his hands. He had that, but he was almost respectful to Michael Schenker by like standing back a bit. But it was a great set, absolutely loved it. Of course, pulled all the classics out of the bag. Too Hot to Handle, I think they finished on Too Hot to Handle. Lights Out, of course, Doctor, I love that song. They played that got a really good reception. But I mean, Rock Bottom was the one. I think that's the one. It was like almost lasted about 15 to 20 minutes. The soloing was just mental, just went on and on. But really, you know, jaw-dropping stuff from Michael Schenker for sure. Absolutely loved it. I'm sure they went on a bit too long. They should have on a Sunday night as well. So I don't know if Maid of Stone might get a fine for that, but I can remember it being at least 10 minutes, quarter of an hour past the time they was meant to stop. But it was amazing. So just to summarise the whole 3 days, wow, it's easily the best. I've been to 2 Maid of Stones now, and I went to a Rambling Man as well, which was amazing before it became Maid of Stone. This was far my favourite of all of those 3, and all 3 of them have been brilliant. I love the mix of bands. I love the, like, you know, obviously get the old classic stuff, but bringing in bands like Heat and Florence Black, that's amazing, you know, because that's what's going to keep these festivals alive. So like the main bands for me throughout the weekend, like day one, Heat. It's got to be Heat on day one. Day two, Florence Black for the best band for me, and day three, these Wicked Rivers. So they were my main, but there were so many good bands all in between. It was a great weekend. I managed to dodge all the bad weather, and all the time I was there, it was hot and it was sunny, and it was such a great weekend. Loved it, and I'm already thinking about next year. I can't help it because I can imagine this is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So I've got a few, you know, if Maid of Stone guys watch this, which they probably won't, but if the guys running the festival, some of the bands I'd love to see Florence Black again, because they were a fill-in band for someone who blew out. So I'd like to see them headlining or close to the top next year, so we can get a bigger set out of those. They just blew me away. I'd love to see Eclipse, you know, or some more Swedish bands like Crazy Licks and bands like that there, newer bands if you like, even though they've been going a few years now. I'd love to see Doomsday Outlaw. I can't understand why they haven't actually made an appearance yet. Blacktop Mojo would be a big plus for me. I absolutely love Blacktop Mojo. So there's some of my wishes, if you like, for next year, but I'm sure, you know, some of those bands that I've just mentioned are going to be there at some point. I'd love to see them there. But amazing weekend. Highly recommend this festival, guys. Got to check it out. Probably, you know, looking at the festivals around England, one of the top tier festivals for sure. Let me know, guys, if you're watching this video and you were at Maid of Stone, what you think about, what was your favourite bands. Let me know in the comments below. See you soon.